denizens of this little thing we like to call the internet. And to those of you who are watching here on YouTube, I'd just like to say hello once again. This video is in honor of the upcoming 5th film in the Terminator franchise, set to be released on July 1st of this year, 2015. Now, I am making this video to determine a simple factor. Which movie series got better off past the second outing? Terminator or Alien? The first of which, respectively, came out in 1984 and 1979. Now, let's get started, shall we? Okay, let's get started. Now, before we go forward, I'd just like to say, please ignore the Christmas decorations in the background. Anyway, I'd just like to give a brief shout out to, to Prometheus of the Alien franchise. Now, I know that some people didn't appreciate it much, but honestly, I think it was a decent movie, and it didn't deserve the, bad reputation I think it somewhat got. You know, I don't know. For me, it's a movie that I hear a lot of the time. I either hear it's really good or it's really bad. I don't know. I liked it. You know, I liked finally knowing what that space jockey was. I thought it was a decent movie, and I'm glad they finally got away from the alien, the usual, the, shall we say, status quo of an alien movie plot, as far as the franchise is concerned. Now let's move on. Now, we can say definitively in both cases for both series that the first two films are good, no, they're great, and that the sequels somehow managed to surpass the originals. Now, in the case of the third and fourth, however, opinions tend to vary, but there's usually some consensus concerning which is considered the best of the sequels of the series, with which being the worst or the second best sequel. Now, in the case of the Alien series, I don't know. I hear that a lot of people prefer Alien 3, the Alien Resurrection, but most people hate both. In that case, I don't know, but I definitely hate both. I think it's ridiculous. I think they didn't even need, if they were going to make a sequel, they didn't need to make a sequel, but if they're going to make a sequel to this series, there was no reason for them to kill off Newt and Hicks. There was no reason for them to even focus on Ripley again, or even include her and the others in the series in any way. Instead, they do this, they kill off two great characters in an undignified and stupid manner. I think, personally, I hated that, and I hated that movie for it. I think the only thing I liked about Alien 3 was the end of the movie where Ripley threw herself into the molten lead to keep herself away from the Utune Corporation. Wayland Corporation. I'm thinking about Resurrection. I'm thinking about Alien versus Predator, which again is something I'm not even going to talk about that. Anyway, to keep herself from the Wayland Corporation, of course, we hear the final recording she made from the Nostromo concerning the incident from the first movie. And in that case, I like that. I think that was a decent story. I appreciate that, and the fact, this is why I like Prometheus so much, because it gets away from these characters and stops including that basic alien plot. Alien 4, Alien Resurrection does this again. Now, they do it in a different manner because, of course, they want to bring back Ripley. They use cloning. You know, very famous sci-fi tool. And I give them credit for that. But honest to God, I don't like it. Now, I don't, because, if I had to choose, I would rather watch Alien Resurrection than Alien 3. But it's still a bad movie. But only because it's a part of the Alien franchise. If it was, in fact, a standalone film, I think it would be a decent film. I think it would be a good film by comparison, because, again, if it had stood alone, it would have been decent, but only by comparison to the earlier movies, it's considered bad, and I don't like that, because it would have been a decent movie otherwise. Now, in the case of the Terminator series, we all know that the Terminator of 1984, and of course 1991's the Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Those are great movies. Awesome, powerful movies. Now, again, like with the Alien 3 and Resurrection, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, and Terminator Salvation, they're debated upon which is better. In my opinion, once again, I prefer the fourth to the third, if only because Alien 3, no, not Alien 3, Terminator 3 is basically a rehash of Terminator 2 Judgment Day. It's basically the same plot, just rehashed in a different scenario to give it, a new flavor. It does, but it lacks the emotional impact. It lacks the superb character acting, because out of all the guys who played John Connor over the years, Nick Stahl is by far my least favorite. Edward Furlong will always be the definitive John Connor. Thomas Dekker of the Sarah Connor Chronicles fame, great, loved it. He did some other stuff. He was good there too. He's a good actor. I love him as John Connor. He's second best. Then Christian Bale. No matter what you can say about him, his Batman voice, I don't care about that. He's a good actor. He does a great job as both Batman and John Connor, and I love him. Now, for Terminator 3, the only things I like about that movie are as follows. Character of Kate Brewster, soon to be Kate Connor, definitive, awesome love interest for John Connor. And, of course, the Terminatrix, a.k.a. the TX, a.k.a. badass, hot in cyborg killing machine from the future, looks good in leather. And now that I think about it, for some reason, the Terminators seem to have a weird affinity for leather. Even Cameron from the Sarah Connor Chronicles had a purple leather jacket. I wonder if that's some kind of weird fault in the programming that Skynet created, or maybe Skynet has a thing for leather. That's kind of weird. Technical difficulties, sorry about that. Where was I? Oh yeah, good things to come out of Terminator 3. Again, Kate Brewster, and the Terminatrix. Again, those are the only good things as far as I'm concerned that came out of Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. I like that, a couple of good plot points. As for Terminator Salvation, Now, with the case being with Salvation, I happen to actually like that movie. I know a lot of people badmouth it or whatever, it's being the worst of the series, but no. I think what it lacked was decent writing and decent execution of concept, because what it had was a decent plot. It had some good ideas, but it were not properly executed. I happen to think that, and especially considering that for some reason this random new character of Marcus Wright, played by Sam Worthington, he was the focus instead of John Connor, instead of Kyle Reese even. They were just, for some reason, thrown aside, though the guys playing them. Again, I love Anton Yelchin. He makes a great young Kyle Reese. He does a great job. John Connor, played by Christian Bale. Once again, I love him. He's my third favorite, just because I don't know. I think for some reason John Connor, played by young guys, is the best for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because I relate to them better because they're closer to me in age. Who knows? But I know for a fact that I like that movie and that it does have some good ideas. Again, good actors, Moonblood good, and Bryce Dallas Howard as the females. Again, new character of Blair Williams, and of course now Kate Connor. Love those two. Great. I think that that's a decent movie. Now, looking at all these factors as a whole, I can say, in my mind, definitively, probably that Terminator is better off, because in the end we got a reboot within the same universe, but it doesn't follow the same characters, which is a good thing as far as I'm concerned, but at the same time it says something about the series when it comes to Alien. We got Prometheus, and that's getting a sequel in 2016 or so, I've heard. So in the end, that works out, and in the end it wins out that way. As for Terminator, while they are revamping the timeline, they're using time travel to their advantage and changing history. In the end, excuse me. In the end, I feel that Terminator is better off as a series, because in the end, even if I don't like Terminator 3, and even if I don't think that Terminator Salvation is the best, I own copies of them, whereas Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection, I do not. Because that's what I feel, and therefore Terminator is the winner of this contest. Thank you for watching. This is the guy who knows that sanity is overrated. Insanity will always be where it's at. It's more fun. It's the way to do things. Good night, and good luck. Or good day, since I'm actually not, it's not even noon yet, but whatever. Or at least for me. Who knows when I'll actually get this video out to you. Now, good day.